Correspondences from the Presidency. Distinguished Senator Godswill Akpabio, GCON, President of the Senate, Senate Chambers, request for confirmation of the appointment of the Auditor General for the Federation. In compliance with the provisions of Section 86, subsection 1 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended, I am pleased to present for confirmation by the Senate the appointment of Shaga Ke Chira as Auditor General for the Federation, further to the recommendation of the Federal Civil Service Commission. While hoping that this request will receive the usual expeditious consideration of the Senate, please accept, distinguished Senate President, the assurances of my highest regards. This is signed by His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So this is referred to the committee of Public Accounts to report back to the distinguished Senate within 1 week. Distinguished colleagues, correspondences from Mr. President. Submission of 2024 to 2026 medium-term expenditure framework and fiscal strategy paper. I am pleased to submit the 2024-2026 medium-term expenditure framework (MTEF) and fiscal strategy paper (FSP) to the National Assembly. Let me use this medium to express my gratitude to the Senate for its enduring commitment to the partnership between the legislative and executive arms of government. Pursuant to the provisions of the Fiscal Responsibility Act 2007, preparations towards submission of the 2024 budget to the National Assembly is progressing very well. The MTEF and the FSP were prepared against the backdrop of a political transition as well as global issues such as the Russia and Ukraine war, which continues unabated with severe consequences on global food and energy prices. We are also faced with the challenges in domestic revenue mobilization and significantly elevated public debts. Additionally, many economies around the world have witnessed increased inflation, with particular adverse effects on capital flows to emerging markets. I hereby forward the 2024 to 2026 MTEF and FSP to the National Assembly for the kind expeditious consideration and approval of the Senate in order to bring the 2024 FGN, Federal Government of Nigeria's budget preparations process to timely closure. Please accept, distinguished Senate President, the assurances of my highest regards. This is signed by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Distinguished colleagues, the medium-term expenditure framework and FSP is hereby referred to the committees on finance, appropriation, national planning, and economic affairs, and local and foreign debt, and is to be chaired by the Committee on Finance. The work should be concluded as soon as possible to enable us to have the 2024 budget presentation. Further correspondence. Distinguished Senate President, request for confirmation of appointment of members of the Governing Board of the Federal Roads Maintenance Agency, FEMA. In accordance with the provisions of Section 2, Subsection 3 of the Federal Roads Maintenance Agency, FEMA Act of 2007, I am pleased to present for confirmation by the Senate the appointments of the underlisted 11 persons as Managing Director, CEO, and members of the Governing Board of the Federal Roads Maintenance Agency. Engineer Dr. Chukwuemeka Chijioke Agbazi, Managing Director, CEO. Engineer Ibi Tena Manese, Board Member. Honorable Oye Ojobe, Executive Board Member. Dr. Kenneth Ubala, Executive Board Member. Senator Timothy Aduda, Executive Board Member. Babatunde Daramolu Oniru, Board Member. Babatunde Daramola Orilu, Board Member. Honorable Priye Oseke, Executive Board Member. Aminu Adamu Papa, Executive Board Member. Engineer Abubakar Bapa. The other one is Papa. This one is BA. Bapa. Papa. Boppa. Pronounce it well. Executive Board Member. ACM Shehu Mohammed, Board Member. Yusuf Lawa Othman, Board Member. Whilst hoping that this request will receive the expeditious consideration of the Senate, please accept, distinguished Senate President, the assurances of my highest regards. So this is referred to the Committee on FEMA for necessary action and they should revert after further consideration to these Senate chambers. Correspondences are still here. So this one is for confirmation of the appointment of resident electoral commissioners for the Independent National Electoral Commission. In compliance with the provisions of Section 154, subsection 1 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended, I am pleased to present for confirmation by the Senate the names of the underlisted 10 newly appointed resident electoral commissioners, RECs, for the Independent National Electoral Commission. Mr. Etekamba Moren, Akwa Ibom State, Mr. Isaiah, Mr. Isa Shaga, Ehime Agne, Edo, Barrister Mrs. Oluwatoyin Babalola, Ekiti, Mr. Abubakar Ahmed Maji, Gombe, Mr. Shehu Wahab, Kwara, Dr. Bumi Omoseye Dem, Lagos, Omoseye Dem, Lagos, Mr. Aminu Kashimi Idris, Nasarawa, Mr. Mohammed Abubakar Sadiq, Niger, Dr. Onubum Onuoha, Rivers, and Mr. Abubakar Fawa Dambo, Zamfara State. Whilst I trust that the Senate will consider and confirm the nominees in the usual expeditious manner, please accept, distinguished Senate President, the assurances of my highest esteem. This is referred to the Committee of the Whole because of the urgent elections coming in the month of November. Distinguished colleagues, further correspondence from Mr. President. Distinguished Senate President, 2023 Supplementary Appropriation Bill. You recall that the National Assembly recently passed and I signed a Supplementary Appropriation Act 2023 for the total of 819.5 trillion, 819, 819 billion, 819.5 billion, which among other things made provision for a 500 billion palliative package to cushion the impact of the recent critical economic policy decisions of the federal government. It has, however, become necessary to make further provisions for additional palliative measures, including the wage award for public servants and the enhanced cash transfer program, which is intended to benefit the most vulnerable members of our society. In addition, critical defense expenditures are also urgently required to provide for peace and the security of lives and properties, without which the government's economic growth agenda cannot be achieved. Similarly, critical investments are also required to construct much needed infrastructure, particularly roads, which projects must be commenced within the dry season that we are now in, between now and the end of the year. Accordingly, another supplementary appropriation bill for 2023 to cater for the expenditures identified above, totaling 2.1 trillion naira, is hereby forwarded for the consideration of the National Assembly. Whilst hoping that this request shall receive the usual expeditious consideration of the Senate, please accept, distinguished Senate President, the assurances of my highest consideration. Yours sincerely, signed President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. This is referred to the Committee of the Whole for speedy consideration. The supplementary appropriation is referred to the Committee on Appropriation. You understand? So you work in line with relevant committees for speedy action. Then this is a further request from Mr. President for confirmation of the appointment of Chairman, Federal Inland Revenue Service. In accordance to the provisions of Section 23A of the Federal Inland Revenue Service Establishment Act 2007, I'm pleased to present for confirmation by the Senate the appointment of Mr. Zach Adedeji as Chairman, Federal Inland Revenue Service. Whilst hoping that the request will receive the expeditious consideration of the Senate, please accept, distinguished Senate President and colleagues, the assurances of my highest regards. Yours sincerely, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. This is referred to the Committee of the Whole for immediate consideration. This is from dismissed Senator Kelvin Chukwu, burial arrangement of Barrister Oyibo Chukwu. I, distinguished Senator Kelvin Chizoba Chukwu, Senator representing the people of Enugu East Senatorial District, do most humbly request the esteemed presence of distinguished senators and whatever assistance at the burial of my senior brother, Barrister Victor Chukwu. This comes up on the 8th day of December 2023 at Amuri in Nkano West local government area in Enugu State by 10 a.m. He gave a brief resume of the bereaved, and he concluded by thanking the senators for the expected support and presence on the day. Signed by distinguished Senator Kelvin Chizoba. May the soul of your late brother rest in peace. Amen. Leader of the Senate.
Petition. Petition.
Yes, petition.
Mr. President, thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, I am Abdulaziz Musa Eradua, representing the good people of Katsina Central. Mr. President, my distinguished colleagues, I have a petition from one of my constituents by name Abubakar Abdullahi Dusima, and this petition is predicated on denial of his promotion, persecution, and unfair treatment by the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offenses Commission. With your kind permission, Mr. President, may I submit and lay the petition on the table, Mr. President.
Proceed to lay the petition. Your petition, I hope there's no legal entanglement. No legal entanglement. Please lay. Referred to the Committee on Ethics and Privileges, Committee on Petitions, Ethics and Privileges. Yes. Yes, go on.
Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, my name is Olalere Oyewumi. I represent Osun West Senatorial District of Osun State. Mr. President, this is a petition in respect of one of my constituents who claimed he was unlawfully dismissed from job and is seeking a reinstatement by ANEC back to his office with full entitlement and necessary promotion. I seek the leave of the House to lay the petition on the table, Mr. President.
Please lay your petition. Referred to the Committee on Petitions, Ethics. Yes, Senator Ositangu.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. President. My name is still Senator Ositangu. I am here on behalf of the people of Enugu West. Mr. President, I rise on Order 41 and 51 of the Senate Standing Order 2003 as amended. Order 41 is a matter of urgent public importance. The matter for discussion shall, if possible, be referred to the President of the Senate before the commencement of the day sitting, and the President of the Senate shall refuse to allow the claim unless he is satisfied that the matter is definite and urgent. Order